What are you doing? What are you doing? Hello and welcome to another video in the community that believes weird is wonderful and magic is real, and welcome to a vlog. So today's vlog, not gonna be as sad as the last one, okay? We'll hit on that a little bit. It's gonna be happy times. It's gonna be a lot of things. So what we're gonna be covering, what are we gonna be covering? I'm gonna be listing some stuff for sale, including some Harry Potter things, because I did a declutter. We'll talk about that, and I'll show you how I do it. We're also gonna go shopping. Okay, because apparently Halloween is in the stores. It's not in the stores in full force yet, and I was gonna wait, and I was like, to heck with that. Let's just go, let's just do some shopping, both regular shopping at like places like HomeGoods, and then we're gonna hit up Michael's, which is supposed to have at least some Halloween. So yeah, that's what we're gonna be doing, and then just a little chatty, more life updates, because that's what vlogs are for. So let's get going. Limos. Okay, so the first thing that I want to say is, as I'm recording this today, the video about my sweet Leia, as well as my new job, came out today. So I'm actively receiving your comments, and I'm trying not to be brought to tears. Thank you so much for watching that video. I shared this in the Discord group, but we had thought about doing just the tribute portion and putting it out there. But in my husband's words, he would be, and I would be, devastated if nobody watched that. So we thought, let's just cushion it in with other updates as well. So thank you so much for your love about my kitty and your love to me. And I'm sending all of my love back to all of you who have experienced this as well. Grief in any form or fashion, whoever and whomever you have loved and still love, my heart is with you as well. And also, thank you for the congratulations on the job. I can say this is really bad for my posture. Can we just like resituate ourselves? Hold on. How about that? Also, this over here, oh, just ignore the stairs. I was literally not gonna put the camera over here so you don't see the hot mess, because we're gonna be talking about that. That stuff that, like, I don't know if you guys do this, but like I will put stuff on stairs. My dad did this when I was growing up, that when you're walking up the stairs, you're meant to grab it and bring it to its rightful place on that next floor. So that's what that is there for. But over here, all of these boxes are everything for sale, so we will get to that. But yeah, so I started a new job. I won't get into all the details, but it's only been 3 days. And I know there's at least one other one of you out there who's started a new job too. And I can say, don't beat yourself up. I'm saying this to myself too, because I just desperately want to learn as quickly as I can so I can be comfortable, so I can be confident. And these things take time. It's work that I've done before, but it's been 20 years since I've done it. And it's working for a different institution with different rules and all of this stuff. But I did feel fancy. I came home with a laptop and an iPhone and all the things. So that's exciting because like I shared in that video, I will be working from home, which is really, really exciting. We'll be easing our way. We're doing a little bit in person. Everything's been in person so far, but I'm going to start next week doing some work from home and I'm so excited. Okay. I'm more excited for when I can just wrap my head around everything and be the experty of experts. You know what I'm saying? So that's going really well. And I'll say it's going really well in like, it's almost like hard for me to believe. It is the polar opposite in every form and fashion of my last job, of like just the team itself, of my boss. Like this boss that I have is everything I would expect a boss should be. And especially in the department that I'm working in, okay? They're there for the people, I'm just saying. And she is wonderful. Like I had a meeting with her and I was telling her I'm overwhelmed because I really want to do a good job and I want to learn everything as quickly as possible. And she reassured me it's going to take the time that it takes. And if she has to remind me multiple times to give myself grace, then she will. Like what? What? That is actual support. Okay. I hope you all have that in the place that you work. And my coworkers are amazing. Like it's just, everything is amazing. And just so lax and chill. Like I remember asking like, so what's the like clothing policy? Because in my last job, I couldn't even wear graphic tees. We'll get into this graphic tee in a hot minute, but I couldn't even wear graphic tees and I was looked at like, what? And I will say it's a government agency and I'm coming from a government agency. That's as much as I will say. Maybe I just share at some point. I don't mind. I have not shared that I'm a YouTuber, okay? I did in my last job and that came with some positive and negative consequences of sharing with people that don't respect that at all. So I don't think it will be an issue here, but I'm just kind of keeping it to myself. So there's that. That's a lifey update. I'm also looking at, is this of interest to you? I'm also looking at my meds. So I talked about, hopefully there's no private information on there, but I talked about like just being neurodivergent, and thank you for all of you in the comments who are also a neurospicy on whatever spectrum or multiple spectrums. If you're like me and there are multiple that you land on, your brain lands on, it is an experience to live in this world. I prefer it this way because I like to feel things. We neurodivergent people, we take in a lot of information. We get to see so much nuance of the world that I think a lot of people miss. It can come with consequences of overwhelm and loving too hard, okay? But I don't believe there's a loving too hard. But anyway, it has been a process for me because one of the things I was nervous about with this new job is my brain struggling. And that's been what's been going on. Basically, I shared this. So if any of you have experienced this, I ended up experiencing drugs. I ended up trying out ADHD medication. So if you aren't like familiar and haven't watched previous videos, I am diagnosed ADHD and I'm self-diagnosed autistic, working on that proper diagnosis. But I believe in self-diagnosis too when you've done hefty amount of research. And so I have tried 2 different kinds of stimulants and one like heart medication basically that's meant for people with ADHD, and no bueno for me, okay? So I tried, Adderall was the first one that I tried, and it did do things for me. The problem for me is I suffer the side effects quite hard. So then I tried what my husband is on, which has been phenomenal for him, which is a combination of a blood pressure medication. I know that sounds like a wild thing to take for ADHD, but there is research and it's out there to be paired with a stimulant. So he's on that, and it's really, really helping him. And I'm so, so happy for him. But it might not be your experience where, if you're like me, where the first drug you try is a huge success. Because on Adderall, I did experience like the kind of quietness of my brain for a period, but I also experienced the same thing that I got on this last medicine, which is like chronic fatigue, I already experienced chronic fatigue, but like another level, and dry mouth, really bad dry mouth. So I'm off the drugs right now, but I just got in Ritalin. So we are trying that. I really want to try Vyvanse, but there are rules because it's supposed to have fewer side effects. So anyway, that's what's going on here. I want to get my brain in order, okay? Because it can feel embarrassing if you also struggle with your brain working away. And I think it's because we're trying to force our brains to work in ways that are accepted. And we shouldn't have to do that. But it also, they just struggle in general because we're taking in a lot of information. So sometimes resorting to drugs is helpful. So don't feel shame if you need to do that too. So that is my update. But yeah. Oh, so speaking of t-shirt, where are we going to go? Actually, how's the lighting? Let's go over here. We're just showing off all the crap on the stairs. Just enjoy it. You know what? I used to be one of those people that was like, I'm going to clear off every counter, every piece of something on the floor. But I want to keep it real too, okay? And this is the realness. I will say, one of the things that we did, we're all over the place. One of the things we did do before I started my new job is I really wanted to and to be honest, it was partly losing Leia. I don't like saying losing because she's always with us. Going through that, I needed my brain to focus on something, but I also wanted like a cleanse of the house, like a proper cleanse. I told Matt, I'm like, I need to clean the house. And he's like, oh, that's not going to take very long. I'm like, no, I mean every cabinet. I mean the stuff being gutted out. Like I've done a declutter before. I think I did it on the second channel. But it's been a little while and your tastes are always changing. So I have decluttered a number of Harry Potter things and Disney things. And I think just kind of around the house things. Matt also decluttered some stuff. So we'll go over that. But also like I've reorganized. Actually, I'll show you when we start unboxing some things because I can show you one item. But I gutted this whole house, every single cabinet, every nook and cranny. If there is something, no, hold on, I'll show you actually, because I'm so proud of this, okay? So like in the buffet here's my buffet. Now, I wish you saw the before. Now I have, and this is really helpful for ADHD people to keep things in the same area. There's like a word for it or phrase for it, I forget. I make my coffee right here. Actually, it's kind of like right here. So it makes more sense to get the camera level. There we go. It makes more sense to have the coffee right here. Also, this is a good sign of ADHD right here. Do you see how much coffee is in here? That is because I subscribed and forgot I subscribed. So it just kept sending me stuff. This is why I don't do the subscribey business. But anyway, and now this, which was filled with so much crap, is empty. What do we have over here? Oh, we've narrowed down this. This is like a lot of bakeware for videos of all kinds. Because I still want to get to Kitchen Witch videos. It's going to happen. And then our popcorn. But like, here, I'll show you. Over here. Is this exciting? We have cat food. That's thrilling. I will say that I am in the darkness right now. The light is over here. There we go. I will say Leia is the gift that keeps giving. She always will be. As you all know, I still currently am the breadwinner. I am the money maker. She's not a lot of money, even though I got like basically a pay raise with this new job. Matt was always the one that made more money. He's a computer programmer. Okay, they make more money. I am not that. But because it is just me, we can only afford so much. And I've always felt guilty about that because we've wanted to change their food to like the really expensive food, you know what I mean? Like the pure chicken or the pure whatever, like no extra crap in there. And we noticed Leia actually ate all of the wet food and they didn't eat very much of it. So we swapped them over to Meow Mix. Well, we might upgrade more, but it's a little more whole, at least this one. So she's kind of giving a gift of just better quality food. She was doing well on it because it didn't have carrotine in it. We've talked about that. And she definitely had like an allergy to it. So down here, again, I wish you saw that before, it was a hot freaking mess. And now I have this little spinny business. Look at it. Kitty treats galore. So there's one there. There's one with like toys in the back there. But oh my God, this was such a hot mess. And I will also say that she gave the gift to other cats as well, because we took all of that food and we had literally just ordered a whole bunch of food for them because we didn't know that was coming. And they weren't really eating it, the other two. So I put it up for free on Craigslist and I found somebody. It was the first time I ever texted somebody through Craigslist, and she sent me photos of her cats. She had just lost a cat. Like, she had a lot of cats. She loves cats. So it felt so good that all of that food was going to somebody that loves cats as much as we do. So she's the gift that keeps giving. So that is the other thing that's been going on, is I just did like a deep cleanse of this house. So we'll get into the stuff. But speaking of stuff, I forgot to mention we have a tiny bit of a haul. Okay, we have a wee bit of a haul because a company that I've worked with a couple of times now, I'll link a video above that we've done, Aftercolor. Love their stuff. I would say it's mostly t-shirts, but they also do like bookmarks and stickers, which we will see a little bit of that in here. They keep coming out with new lines, and they have kindly sent us some t-shirts in the past. I didn't know if they were going to send us anything, so I saw this t-shirt in their, sorry for my humidifier. It's nothing crazy going on here, but I saw this t-shirt. Look at it. So they did a like shops inspired, like meaning like the, not shops inspired, like parks inspired. So kind of Universal Shops, Diagon Alley inspired t-shirts. And this one spoke to me the most. It is Diagon Alley. It says, "Welcome to the alley." I can't read that from here. Maybe you can. But I love just the pop of the purple. And let me see if I could show you the whole thing here. So here is the whole shirt. How cute. And then it says, "Your journey starts behind the bricks." How stinking cute is that? So I went ahead and just ordered that for myself because I really wanted it. And then all of a sudden they were like, "Hey, can we send you a couple of items?" And I was like, yeah. So let's unbox that real quick. And as always, they send, let me get it all out. They send little bits of things that I love. So we have this adorable, very spring, summer inspired postcard. This will probably be one that like goes out in order. These are the kinds of things that I save for orders. Then they included 2 stickers. We got the Ford Anglia and Dumbledore's Army right there. And then 2 bookmarks. I might be keeping these for myself. I like them. You just can't have too many bookmarks. So first up, we have "The Stories We Love Best Live in Us Forever." And it's kind of like a Monet-inspired Hogwarts castle. So there is the whole thing. When you place an order, there's normally, and the backside's the same, there's normally an option to get like, and I think you have to hit an amount. I'm not sure. It doesn't take very much to hit that amount. You could pick like 2 free bookmarks, and so they'll pick what they send to you. This one might be my favorite. It is a Hogwarts library. It's like a little library card inspired bookmark. So we have all of the signatures of the students on there, and it kind of feels a little parchmenty. I love it. So there's that. So then I picked out 2 more t-shirts. So let's see. I have not unboxed it. They always send these. I'm going to make sure not to show my address in the cutest little mailers, which yes, I will be reusing. It's what I do. It's what everything is sent out in, is reused materials. And one of you will get it. So let's open it. Okay. And the other thing they do, oh, cute. Okay. So we have another one, and your comments are still coming in. I'm not going to look because you're going to make me cry. Okay. And we can't be doing that in this moment. I will respond for sure. So one of the things they do is they send it in this like little paper envelope-y thing, but then they normally have this sticker and it varies every single one. So this one, and I think almost all of them are Daily Profit inspired. Also, yes, because my husband's going to be watching this. He always tells me to slow down. I think I get so excited that the words just like have to keep coming. So I'm going to take a quick little breath here. A moment. Okay. But anyway, I don't remember what I got on the one that I ordered because I just tore into that sucker. But here it is. But I think most of them are Daily Profit inspired. So let's open it and see what we got. So excited. Oh, I'm seeing me some crookie shanks. I think that's everything. So stickers. What does this one say? Horcrux. Little Horcrux sticker, Harry Potter sticker, and a Crookshanks. And then I picked out 2 t-shirts. And I do a size medium, so I don't know if that helps. I am like, do I need to tell you my dimensions? Just look at me. I go for a looser fit because I don't like things like on my body. You know what I mean? So that's the size I go with. And this one came in gray and black, and I went with the gray on it. And it is the Wands Up t-shirt. Like, how many times in the Discord group have we unfortunately had to have a Wands Up moment because we have been losing a number of people. So it just sort of spoke to me. So it says Wands Up right here. And then we have a bunch of hands and wands right there. And then what does it say on the bottom? I actually don't remember. For those we love, for those we lost. So that's what it says on the bottom there. I stinking love it. So this one is like a gray color, but you could get it in black. And they have a lot of like cream options, but you know me, I don't really go for that. But they are cute. Like one of them was the burrow. Oh, I can't remember all of them. Maybe we'll throw like some images. I know the burrow, I feel like they all really fit into springtime. So then the next darkest color I went with, and I also really like this, but I also may have snagged this for a friend who will be wearing it. It'd be very fitting on her. But I do love this area in the Wizarding World. It is Forbidden Forest inspired. So here it is. It is like this very earthy green color. And then we have a logo here that says Forbidden Forest. And then it says hiking club. So it's like a t-shirt you would be in hiking club wearing, walking around in the Forbidden Forest. But hold on, the main event is on the back. We have got, oh, wait, hold on, we got it. We have the Forbidden Forest on the back. Let me do like a little pan of the whole thing there. So let's get some like close-ups. We've got Hagrid's hut right there. We've got the little pumpkin patch, the Whomping Willow. How cute. Aragog, you know I love me an Aragog. I was so close. I saw some cutie cuffs. I almost got it. I almost got the Aragog, but I was like, no, you got rid of all your other cutie cuffs. Don't do it, Aubrey. Don't do it. Grop. What? We get a little Grop representation right there. Look at me, so happy. And look at the Thastral. How cute. It says Forbidden Forest National Park. We even have, let me get it, the Black Lake. We've got some squid representation. It's just so, so cute. It's going to look really cute on her. So that is everything that I got from Aftercolor. Like I said, I will have linked that video. And actually, I'll link it down below too. I've done at least 2 videos. I love their Halloween line. They just always come out with lines per the season that are just so fun. And I feel like you don't get that kind of stuff from proper licensing. So please support. And if you do, you can get a discount with Love Lumos 1. I will put it right here. And that is 10% off your entire order. So I would love that. I do get a small commission off of that. But if it's something that you love, then go right ahead and use that stinking code and get yourself some money off. So that is what I have to show you. So let's now sit down and I'm gonna show you, we are gonna go shopping. We're gonna leave that for last, but because it's gonna mess up my hair and stuff. But I'm gonna show you some of the things I decluttered. They might surprise you. Let's go. So like I said, this is everything. OMG. Let me actually just like sit down and show you. Okay. This one's going to surprise you. One of the things I will say, maybe you're wondering like, why are they all in boxes? I'm trying to get better at like the whole shipping thing. I always try to get it out as soon as I can. Sometimes it's not the same day because things happen. But one of the things that I do, because I sell mainly on Mercari, if any of it interests you and it hasn't sold already, I do sell on eBay as well. So if you would like that there, obviously there are tariffs and such and all of this craziness. And shipping might be just too high, but I'm putting it out as an option if it sparks joy in you. And I do encourage you to just periodically go through your stuff. So this is actually a very recent thing I picked up, but I put them in boxes because one of the things that I like to do, the longest selling things is time consuming. I used to do it like not full-time, I would say part-time pretty regularly. It's very time consuming. So I already took all the photos. I need to edit them. But photos taken, that's a big chunk of it. And if you're seeing the fogginess, that is still my humidifier. It's not the Dementors. But I was gonna say, but they did come for my cat. Okay, all right, we're gonna keep the humor. So on Mercari, you need the weight. I mean, on eBay, you need the weight to properly calculate shipping, and I always do the lowest shipping possible. So that's why they're all in boxes, and it makes it easier to just like get it out sooner unless somebody bundled something. So this is an example of an item. Like I put packing material in there and everything, so probably shouldn't be taking this out. Although I will be taking everything out as I list it. Basically, I will like double check what's in there. Because I don't want to accidentally not send something. So this is an item I'm going to let go. It might surprise you. I had like recently picked it up from Hallmark this last Christmas. And it is the Gringotts Bank. But as you know, I just sold almost all of my Legos and Department 56. And Department 56 are mainly buildings. Obviously, this one is a bank. And I do love it. Like, it's super cute. I love it. But I just don't generally collect like figures, and like miniature versions of things don't really fit into the world building I like to do. Like if I was a general collector, which I'm not, because I've had a couple comments that are like, I had one comment, to be fair, that was like, if you're a collector, you would do this. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't fit your mold. I just don't. And that's why I don't always call myself a collector, even though I technically gather things. So it makes me that, but in the traditional sense, I'm not. So for a traditional collector, this would fit in perfectly. Like, it's a great piece. I think it's pretty darn good quality for like what you pay for it. At Hallmark, it has a nice detail. But it just doesn't fit into my aesthetic, and I'm trying to get better at like when I'm in the store not being like, ooh, cool, shiny, I like it, can I get it? I'll get it. And just like thinking it through so that all of my coin goes to the things that will stick around longer. So that is an example. Then I have like, oh my God, I have a number of, like, this is some Jurassic Park Funko stuff. That's my husband going through his stuff. But this one down here is an example of one that is prepackaged. Sorry for the person getting these wrinkly businesses, but it keeps it well intact. And that's what I want, because this one's fragile. And I go a little overboard with the fragile things. Oh, I taped it. Why do we do that, Aubrey? This is one that I've had for a bit, and you probably haven't seen it. It's this ceramic, like, honeydukes I guess cookie jar would probably be the best description. And this was holding my cat treats, like not like plain, like they were in a bag and I just shoved all the bags in here and they were in that cabinet because as you might know, and this came from Box Lunch, it was only sold at Box Lunch, but as you might know, what was it you might know? Oh, right. Do I know? As you might know, Honey Dukes is not really anything I collect or world build with. It's just too colorful for me, okay? It's just too much color. It's not the aesthetic I go for, even though this is super cute. Obviously, I thought it was cute because I bought it. But yeah, it's like a little cookie jar, proper. It's got a little wrinkly business in there, but yeah, so that's an item that's going up. The other thing, oh, this here, we'll go over like a couple things when I sit down to list, just to tell you what I do. I went through my Disney room. We're calling it the Rumpus room now because I have gained so many addictions that are fitting in that room and they don't fit in the rest of the house. We will totally tour that room before we go to Disneyland. It's still the majority of it is Disney, but there have been a number of things we will get into it that are not Disney that are a little more cutesy and they fit in there. And I've even bought more that I'm going to unbox on this channel. So that I'm really excited by. But this is a whole bunch of Stitch Funkos. I'm letting go of the Stitch Funkos. I'm just like, I think the only Funkos I'm still keeping, like there's some Baymax ones. There are some Carl and Ellie ones that were sent to me that I really like. Otherwise, like Funkos don't really do it for me anymore. So yeah, they're going. I could just rather, I'll say there's a very special Stitch item that I have coming my way. So there are going to be like, I don't know, just better things that spark joy for me more. Right. So, yeah. And then I have like Harry Potter games. I went through, we're going to like look underneath my table here, but this whole buffet is, like puzzles. These two here are just all puzzles. And then the doors over here are board games. And like almost all of my puzzles and board games are Harry Potter. So we went through the puzzles and there were like 6 or 7, no, maybe more like 8 puzzles that we let go of. Because if you don't know, I basically ended up with 52. I didn't at the time. And I may have got more puzzles. They'll be in future videos. Oh my God, but they're so good. Okay. Okay, I had to do it. So, you know, we let go of things to be able to bring things in. This video is going to be hella long. So anyway, I did that. And I let go of some puzzles. And actually, puzzles are just like not very sellable. They're not worth the price of listing them. So I put them out for free for somebody. And I found somebody that really loved Harry Potter and took them away. So then I went through the other 2 are basically arts and crafts. And there were some things in there that I'm like, I'm never getting to this. I'm just never getting to this, or it belongs somewhere else. So I have some board games in here that are Harry Potter. Oh, here's one I can talk about and then we'll move on. Okay. If you can't tell, I have labeled everything. Oh, Lordy. We're just going to drop it before... it is the Noble Collection Gringotts Goblin. And this one is kind of like, actually, I can't take it out here. I packaged the inside because I didn't want it moving around. So I'm not going to take this out. I'll just put an image over here of the Gringotts Goblin. It is part of the Magical Creatures line on Noble Collection, which is like, I love that line. Like the detail is really good. I love so many of them and I have so many figures that really do fit into my vibe. But the ones that I love the most, because the Gringotts Goblin, I do love Gringotts. And I've thought about getting the full-size Goblin. But it is, again, it's like the Gringotts Bank. I don't really do like miniatures of things. Like with the creatures, they can kind of work because I can take them out and like put them in a cloche and it's like a creature was captured or something like that. Like just play with it, put them in a suitcase. I have a whole bunch here. I'll show you real quick if you haven't seen. Actually, while we're here, if you haven't seen, ever since doing the studio renovation, I mentioned I took a whole bunch of stuff off these shelves. So I had to rearrange them. They are a work in progress. So this isn't the same as you would remember it. Because if you remember, the potions and spells sign was right here. I've added this Diagon Alley sign here. This is pretty much my Dumbledore area. We still have our spring cauldron, but like I took cauldrons from here. Like it needs Like up at the top, there is nothing. So it needs a lot of sorting, but it's more filled out than I thought it would be. But this is what I'm talking about. These are the magical creatures, and they fit really nicely in this suitcase, I think. And then I have the bow truckle right here in a cloche. So that's kind of what I mean. So all of this stuff I'm going to list today. I was going to do it on camera, but you'd just be sitting there watching me. Do you love the smoke coming in? It's so creepy. I love it. You just be watching me go and then measuring and weighing and measuring and weighing, because I'm going to get the weight for all of these basically. But we have some shopping to do, so I will do that. And if you're in the Discord group, I always let people know when I've listed stuff, or if you're just following me on Mercari, then you'll know. So I will be getting all of that up today. But we're going to be going to HomeGoods first, because I don't think they're going to have Halloween look. I want to be like on top of it. But every time I go there, I find something. So we'll just like generally look. And then we will go to Michael's, and I will show you all the Halloween-y things that are there. They have more filling out to do from what I'm told. My husband actually popped by. So I haven't seen it in person. And I do believe it's like more of a cutesy line, but we'll just look, because why not? And then I've heard some TJ Maxx's are getting Halloween in, and there's one over there, so we'll pop in there. So it'll just be like a quick little pop into places and a little overview of some stuff. And we'll see what we see. So let's get going. I always come to this like statue area. It's kind of bare right now, but they've been having those lion statues that are really cool. The gold one and the beige like cream one. But I'm not seeing that. So I don't know if they're getting ready for new seasons, but let's poke around and see if we see anything. I'll just show you anything I see that I think is cool. One thing they almost always have stock of are dried flowers. Like, look at these flowers. They are so pretty. Dried flowers. And then they have, like, here, large bags of moss. So for, like, potiony things, terrariums, that sort of stuff, I would check there. I did not know they had, like, hold on. Look at these bundles of dried flowers. Those are so pretty. And then they normally have like the lighter colored moss too. And ooh, look at this one. This one's like a squishy kind. So this would be really good in potions. Or like a little village if you wanted to do that. So that's something that I look at that's like almost always in this aisle. But it's a little sparse over here. So let's keep going. I also normally come down this aisle. That's cute. I know somebody that might like that. That's cute. I like the gold trim. HomeGoods has such random things, but I'm so excited for Halloween. I always check the mugs. Don't ask me why. Do we see anything? I don't think so. That is a nice mug. Whoa, let's get it in frame. It's a nice size. I like the color. Of course, it's the Made in India line. I love that line. That is really nice. I don't hit it. Oh, she's tempting. Okay, I can't stand Marie. I prefer the others, but how stinking cute is this mug? And like, their prices, $9.99. Are you out of your mind? Are you out of your mind? They also have really nice, like, not pieces of furniture, but stuff that would fit in with the gold and brown aesthetic. This is like a bar cart. Cute. Proper wood. We like it. I normally hit up the lights section. I don't often find things, but sometimes they have stuff. But next to it are the frames and art prints. And I come down here. Let me see if I can spot any. Maybe the next one. I have a basket on my scooter. I come down here because I find not really art prints that fit in, but frames that fit into like a Hogwartsy vibe. And I'm not seeing many, like thick, kind of antique-y gold frames where you could just take the print out and reuse it. I'm still trying to find frames that fit the prints I'm looking for. I'm not seeing anything today. This is another thing I find here. So not every time, but often they have these like really pretty crystals. So this is an amethyst. I feel like $20 is not that bad. So pretty. And then we have quartz right here. I've gotten a few crystals from here, so I would check back occasionally. They've had at least like 4 or 5. Oh, look at this one. Look at that. That is so pretty. I don't know which kind that is. This is probably going to be, yeah, heftier in price. So those are some examples. Another thing they have a good bit of, and they're normally like in these aisles over here, are trunks. So I wouldn't say I love these. May have already picked some up, but they vary a lot and they're almost always here and they're really, really affordable. So I'd check HomeGoods for trunks. Okay, not a whole heck of a lot, but I think it's because it is a change of season. So let's not change it up. We are going to go to Michael's because I know there's Halloween there. So let's go over there. I know it won't be fully in stock, so we'll see what we see. Let's go. Alrighty, we're inside. We're seeing Halloween. We're seeing Halloween, you guys. Okay. Looky, looky. Oh my god. Okay, we are here. Halloween has arrived. Now, I do know these are... That's cute. Is it cute? Close up, maybe not. It's a witch frog. Doesn't fit into my vibe. Ooh, we got some basic cauldrons. Also, somebody just stole something? I don't know. We have some basic cauldrons. They are the glossy variety. I wasn't expecting to see anything like that. Those are nice. Like, I feel like in a bathroom, I have one in a bathroom, so like if it's like moisture or it gets wet, no worries. So, not completely filled out, but I will show you everything. All right, let's start with the pink area. There's normally, I forget what the last line was called, but it was a little bit more hippy dippy. I prefer this. It's not my vibe, so we will go over it fairly quickly so you could see everything, but I'll just point out anything maybe I would use. Probably not too much, but just to let you see what's out there. Obviously there's more spaces, so much to come. So we got a little wreath and a coffin. I'm not going to show you prices on everything, but yeah, it's a lot of cutesy stuff, and there are some cutesy things that will fit into our house, but not the majority of the house. I can't tell you what that is. I have no idea. Is this like a chalkboard? I don't know what this is. So I guess if you're doing like a Halloween situation, some of this will fit in, obviously. It's just too cutesy. Halloween is not cutesy. It is not pink, in my opinion. But, you know, this is what they're doing. So there's that. I do think this is kind of cute. I prefer it to be orange, obviously. We have a little ceramic tray here. I do kind of like this. It would only go in our little Disney rumpus room. It's got some stars so the light can go through. But there's that. Not sure. It's a container of some kind, I guess. And then we have a whole bunch of little skeleton situations here. I really could do without these. These remind me of like what Joanne did. And as we know, Michael's just bought the IP of Joanne, so it's possible they do some similar things. I could do without these, but if you like them, here is what we have. That one's actually kind of cute. If that were painted black, you could paint some of these if you wanted to. There's that one. And then we have some mirrors and art pieces, if you want to call them that. Another mirror down here. They're going crazy with the bows, I will tell you that right now. These are their art prints. A little coffin. Like I said, we're just gonna breeze through this section because it's not my vibe. But that is the pink. Oh no, there's more pink. Okay, so the ghosties, it looks like we have. We're kind of pulling in the disco ball still. It looks like, I don't know why. I wish we could do without it. Oh no. Oh no, it's like the gnomes. They're never ending. They're everywhere. I don't know why disco balls are relevant to Halloween. We're even making them into pumpkins. Why are we making them into pumpkins? No. And then we have some felty situations. Well, these are heavy. That was the pink area. Let's move to the pillows. We have a whole bunch of like cutesy pillows. Are people stealing stuff? What are they taking? Okay, what do we have? A lot of it, like I said, I would not get. I do have a little skeleton cat pillow. I prefer it. I got it at Big Lots, but they have like a glittery one and a dog. I don't hate this one. I mean, I don't know why we're bedazzling everything, but this could fit into like the Death Day party vibe I'm going for. So maybe just like a gravestone in general. And more dogs. Then we have this bedazzled skeleton. Hey, I like me a shimmery situation, but Halloween time, I don't know. This one I don't hate. I like a fluffy blanket. It is white, so it would probably go in our little Disney rumpus room, but I'd prefer like a black. But it is like a little, maybe you could see on this one, a little skeleton bat. Very cute. Not seeing any sales, I will say that. And then let's just like pan all the pillows over here. What have we got? All the ghosties. So we have like a skeleton. I know this is like a vibe for a lot of people, these skeleton pillow plushie things. And then like, what's going on? What's going on with the legs? What are we doing here? I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Then down here we have a little ghosty. Cute. Like I said, a lot of cutesy stuff. I think out of all of them, it would be probably this blanket. And then this is kind of bringing in like the retro vibes, like what we grew up with. I say we, like we're all the same age group, but this little pumpkin pillow here in my spooky era. That's all the time. I do like a good like black and purple situation, but I wouldn't pick up this one. $30. No, I wouldn't pick up that one. And then over here, so we have some like ghosty pillows up here. Here's one up close, very soft. It's like a little plush. And then this feels like crushed velvet. And then we have like a little trim there. So if you like yourself a ghosty, they also have a little dog ghosty. And then if you want to call that a cat. And then we have some pillows. These are the kinds of pillows, like these two right here, that you'll see at HomeGoods. I actually have variations that I prefer. I kind of prefer the pillows at HomeGoods, so we'll wait for those to come out, but I wanted to show you what's out there. It is like a knitted variety. My cats would destroy this. And then there's the skeleton one. What are we selling these for? 25. And then we have like an orange blanket down here. What? Oh. That is the reverse of the blanket. I don't know what we are. Oh, we are ghosts. Little ghosty blanket. That's kind of cute. That could fit in the Disney room. It could. Okay, and then next to the pink area, we have more of a traditional but cutesy Halloween area. So, first up, we have a little sign. And I do like their signs. I have a number of signs from Michael's, including the potions and spells signs that a lot of you, one sign that a lot of you love. I kind of wish I got two. Got it at Michael's. So always look. And some of the signs, especially when it's like a proper witchy line, they sell out quite quickly. So just be on it. So there's that, but that's obviously more cutesy. Okay, moving down. What have we here? Is that supposed to hold a candle? Maybe. So there's that one and this one. And then we have another sign. Some little candles. I don't do really shaped candles, but I find them quite cute. And a ceramic pumpkin tray. We're just going with the black and white and orange theme here. We have a countdown. I've considered getting a Disney countdown, but they're only relevant for so long. So a skeleton with a light, it looks like it's ceramic. I was kind of eyeing this. So it's like a haunted house shelving unit. Like I feel like you can make this into, we don't need that. Make this into like a potions shelf. Like if you had a potion shelf and like swap it out, fit some potions in there, a little rat, I don't know. Oh look, there's like a little peekaboo situation there. So, but watch the price, hold on. What are we charging here? $45. And you know that is particle board. So I'm just saying, Michaels, we don't need to go in the direction of Joanne here. Okay, we have some ceramic pumpkins, but they are the ones that light up. So you got the little eye situation there. We have bat ones that are orange. And then I think this would probably be my favorite. Got a little Aragog, all the Aragogs and his family in there, and it will light up. That's kind of cute. We have another sign. This one says boo. And this one says eek, and it's got a little spider web and a spider under there. Super cute. And then up here, we have like this little ghost stand. This could go on a mantle or something, I feel like. And then they have a bat one, which I would probably paint that base. That pops a little too much, I feel like. We have little ghosty containers. A ceramic container. You can do so many things with these little containers, but there's 2 different sizes. There's one there. Don't ask me why I like this. It doesn't fit into my house, but it's cute. $10. Wicked without coffee. Could I get a shirt like that? Cute. All right, we are continuing with the fabric-y skeletons. I do kind of like this. All right, I feel confident. This is not AI. Okay, I do. But $70. Why are we doing $70 for this? I don't know. But she's cute. Hand painted, it says at the top. Okay. Do you see like the texture on this? I shouldn't be touching it, but also, I don't know why I like this. It is proper ceramic. Let's see, what side would I face? Probably this side. We have like little moons and star cutouts. So if you had something in there, they don't really have it set up for that. She also needs some work here. You know what I'm saying? This is not just rubbing off. What are we charging for this? $70. Methinks not. We will wait for a sale if I do get this. Probably won't, but out of all the things, this is another one that I like. Okay, then we have a little spooky sign. What's going on here? With little bats on it. It says spooky. Cool. Then we have another little sign right there. And then, are these nutcrackers, you guys? Are we nutcrackers, or are we just variations of nutcrackers? This is one of the things. Look at this paint job. This is why I will pass up on some things. Not my jam, but if you want to see all of them, we got a little witch, a skeleton, a jack-o'-lantern, a cat, and a dog. That is all of them. Another little wooden arty piece. And then we have some soap containers. We got a little pup. Little ghost puppers right there. Where's the cat? Where's the cat representation? There is one down here, I will say. Then we got another ghosty one. I do prefer HomeGoods for things like this. We got a classic skeleton. A little ghosty tray. Then we're getting into, I don't know why I want to say country. The country vibes. What's happening here? What is this? A taxi. Why are we doing this? Why do I find it interesting? Okay. I don't know if we're a cat or a dog, but there's that. And we have this little ghost. These, we got a ghost pup and a ghost cat, are giving me like the, oh, it lights up, vibes that we saw from the Cracker Barrel drop, except those were black. I prefer the ones from Cracker Barrel, because I will say this cat is looking a little like a dog. I forget the kind of dog with the hair right here. I'm not vibing with it, but there we are. We normally see like some repetitiveness, same but different situation, like store to store. We have another sign, And over here, some cauldrons. This is where, Michael's is where I will get a lot of cauldrons. They will have some that are glossy like this, that like I said would be good in a bathroom. And then they will have some that are more classic, probably in their later line, I will say. Then we have a witchy hand. Does this light up? Well, this looks cheap AF. This is cardboard. Why? I mean, $30, but still, a little haunted house. Okay. We have some potions. They're not actual potions. They are like a wooden thing. A black cat one. A cauldron concoction. And then this one here. And I don't know why I'm drawn to this. I'm drawn to a frog that is a witch. I don't know why. I would not ever pick this up. First off, the paint job is hard, but I just think it's fun. Okay, and then we have another one of these, except it's polka dotted and larger. And some statues. We got a little kitty with like a little cape, like maybe it's a ghost or something, I don't know. And then we have a dog right here who has a little bandana. And this, I believe, is an item that, let me get that off, that comes back often. They do so many shelves. I will say they tend to cost, this one's a little shallow. It's a cat-shaped one. It didn't cost a little too much, $45 for that. It's not set up to be mounted to a wall, so it looks like it would be more of an item that you would set on a shelf. But that, oh, and she just rolled this out. We have even more. We have a spooky tree. Some spooky tree bulbs, like this little ghosty one right here. What else do we have? This one. I will say, I've had this debate with my husband. I've thought about doing a spooky tree, a little Halloween-y tree, especially in the Slytherin room. I have so many ideas for the Slytherin room for Halloween time. He's not down for it, so can we all convince him that this needs to happen? These aren't ones I would do, but like, these are plastic. But I kind of want to do a spooky tree. Okay, just do. All right, that is everything at Michael's. Let's now pop over to TJ Maxx. Wait, did I show you those? I apparently did not show you this line of cups here. I think the pink was just too appalling to my eyeballs. Okay, I love this phrase. You got this? Heck yeah. I prefer different colors, but I don't mind the shape of the mug. I saw this. The paint job again, Michael's. The paint job. Could we not, please? Obviously, the lid comes off. It is ceramic. But yeah, totally missed that section. Oh, also, we have a little bat tray. It's got sections on it. Skeleton bats. And then over here, a cauldron tray. So this would be like for food. How much is this? $20. Then we have a pink one under there. I don't think I showed these. So there is that bottom section. Clearly I wanted out as soon as my eyeballs landed on this section. But if it's for you, it's for you. So now let's head over to TJ Maxx. I do not think we will find Halloween, but if we find anything else, I will show you. It'll probably be quick, but let's find out. Well, I kept saying TJ Maxx like 10 million times, but it is indeed a Marshall's that we are going into. I get them confused. They're the same thing, okay? So let's go in. Like I said, I don't expect much. I should also put my kickstand up. I'm expecting maybe not Halloween stuff, but maybe with the vibes we're bringing here, it'll just apparate. So let's find out together. We're going in. One thing I never check are the clothes. I can't do it. The aisles are too narrow. Let's just go to the homeware. See what we see. Well, not Halloween, but we have some Harry Potter vibes. I have shared some of these. I'm not a Ray Dunn person, but I'd like to share with you. Sorry for the noises. Oh my God, right now. I would normally be wearing my noise canceling headphones, but alas, the sacrifices I make. I have not seen, I was saying, but I want to show it for anybody that is interested. So there's the Ravenclaw one. It is blue on the inside. It says Wit Learning Wisdom, $7.99. Okay, but I saw this one here. We have a dark mark. It says double-sided. So here's the one side. Oh God, Ray Dunn. I just can't do it. It's the lettering. Can we just do the images? I like the images. And I like the inside. I like the green. And I like the size. I don't like this. I don't like it. Back it goes. This is obviously another Ray Done item. Polyjuice potion. Sorry, I'm so loud. We will control that. These are the frames I was trying to show you. So let me park my situation. These are the kinds of frames, like that sort of trim, that I will see at HomeGoods often. So it'll have a canvas print. It will be a little challenging to remove the print. Obviously, there wouldn't be glass, so you might need to sort that out. But they have some nice frames. Unfortunately, all of the prints that I have, yeah, I'm seeing even more, are from Mina Lima, which means they're in centimeters, which means they are already like established for what is more traditional sizing frames in the UK, aka hard to find frames for those here. So we will keep looking, okay? Because I need to get that Hogwarts map up in my iLabs Owl Emporium. Like, come on, it's got to happen. I've been thinking about changing out my chair in the office, and this color is really nice. It's soft. What do we think? What do we think of this? This part's like really bright. I need to see a price, obviously. $80. What do we think of that? Oh, we have a dragon. This is where you can tell HomeGoods, Marshalls, TJ Maxx are all the same, because I've seen that dragon at HomeGoods, but there we are. I feel like that's about it. I'm going to poke around and I'm going to get away from the children. And if I see something, I will share something. See something, share something. You know what I mean? Like, let's coin that phrase. So I'm going to do that. Well, friends, I didn't find much. I found one thing, and it's this tea. It says, "Sleep, glorious sleep." I don't know. I really like the little sun situation. I thought it could, like, I don't know, be a universal, like, sleep thing. Like, anything that helps me sleep goes inside it, after I have the tea, obviously. But that's the only thing I found there. We did find a good amount of Halloween. I may have picked up one item there, and I might have a possible Halloween haul to record at some point. Please excuse the cars here, but I had to be by the greenery, and I had to get away from the children. But that, my friends, is a wrap, and I need to put this away on this video. Remember, my magical friends, to love what you love with everything you have, and keep making that Friday magic, and think all the Halloween thoughts, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. It pays to be my friend. I'm just saying.